So you guys can use the logo. Levo, we gotta have a talk. But we're about to get started.
You might have to sue them.
We're about to get started.
We pay for that.
So definitely subscribe. All right, here we go. Here we go, guys. About to start.
All right.
Yo, welcome back to Inside the Lunchbox. This is your boy, Chef MaQ. Once again, we're in the place to be. And I want to thank you to all my subscribers, all my followers, all my whatever you guys are out there. I appreciate
Our foodies.
Our foodies. There you go.
Wait a minute. If we're inside the lunchbox, are they the lunchbox mates? The box mates?
The box mates.
The box
the
mates?
snacks.
We need our fans to come up with a fan name for themselves.
So look,
snacks.
so we got to get this started right. Yo, we're back inside Lunchbox. It's your boy Chef MaQ. Once again, I'm here with the infamous, Lord Infamous, the man of all mans, the freaking the dictionary guru, the history man, the history mechanic. Like he does it all, man. Pushes buttons, and he's also a ladies' man.
Oh my God.
Hey Levi, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right. I'm gonna get like a Game of Thrones level like intro over here. The breaker of chains.
How was your week, bro?
It was all right. You know, it's getting hot out there. As you can see on the video, I got a tan line right across my head from where I wear my hat all day.
Yeah, so, the camera's definitely picking that up in HD.
You can see my dark skin, how dark I'm getting because I work out in the sun all day. But it's been pretty good. It's been pretty good. Life's going good. I finally met my downstairs neighbor at my apartment complex. Had a good talk with her. That's why I was late getting here.
Okay.
So yeah, life's good.
Okay. Well, before we really start jumping into things, I want to get a shout out to Big Sexy. He's not with us today. Love you, man. Hey, if you're watching it, we miss you. We know you have some work to do.
Yeah.
But this is a 2-part series, so we're gonna have Big Sexy on next time we record on types of methods of cooking, different types of methods of cooking. So shout out to you, homie. Shout out to everything that you do. Appreciate you. And let's get it started. So tell me about your week, Levi.
Oh, it was pretty good. Just working. Oh, yeah. And then I also may have dumped some serious amounts of adult money on a Star Wars cosplay uniform that I plan on wearing at the next Comic-Con. If they ever have another Conroe Comic-Con. I still can't figure out what happened to that Comic-Con.
They, I think they moved it down to Houston. I want to say they combined it, but I'm not sure. I heard them say something about it, but
yeah, because I have scoured the interwebs. I found vendors who were there and asked them what happened. They're like, we don't know.
So how much do I have to pay you to put that on inside the lunchbox? Like, I want you to be in the whole attire, I want you to be in the moment. I want you to act like it. I want you to talk like it. I want you to be the Star Wars. Was it Rogue One?
Yeah, no, it's a director critic from Rogue One. Also, the new Andor series that came out.
Yeah.
I think the first season came out like 2 years ago, and then the season 2 just dropped, and I just finished it.
Was it good?
Oh, it was so.
I haven't started it yet.
Here's the deal. There's Star Wars level good, and then there's actual TV level good.
Yes.
Andor is not just a good Star Wars show; it's good TV.
Okay.
It's up there. I put it up there with like Game of Thrones, The Wire,
I like
Breaking Bad. It's just a good TV show.
I liked all the Star Wars Disney Plus series that came out.
Yeah.
I liked all of them. I don't know if I have a least favorite one.
So I'm not a huge fan of like the animated ones.
Yeah, me neither.
But I watched Tales of the Empire, and that was really good.
Yeah.
So which is an animated one. The Visions ones are pretty good, which are animated. But Andor is just really well made. They got the cinematographer who did like the Chernobyl series on HBO and stuff. Like they went all out for this TV show, and I highly recommend everybody watch it and enjoy it. It's really good. You don't even have to be a Star Wars fan to get into it. It's just good TV.
Yeah, I liked all of them. I liked the Baby Yoda, the Mandalorian.
The Mandalorian's really
the Mandalorian was my favorite until Ahsoka came out.
Yeah,
I think Ahsoka is the best one. That's just me.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Not gonna
the Anador, but look, hold on. Anador is great. I like the actress that played it, and I think they did a great job by picking her
Yeah.
to do the Ashoka.
They also had what's his name played the Bale character, who passed away unfortunately. But they're bringing the Hound from the Game of Thrones to replace him as the actor.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
So real quick, so I was I did a thing. I was making a couple of prank calls earlier in the week, and I called Jen and I called Chris, and so I have a female version of me. I have a female version of me called. Her name is Christina, and she's very jealous. Very, very jealous.
Yeah.
Her name. Let me see. I think her voice is on here. Is that it? What's that say there?
Yeah, voice disguise.
Yeah. If my
Hey, Chris, this is Christina. How are you guys doing? So I called Jen and I told her like she's definitely can't talk to Chris anymore.
That's amazing.
What's up, Jen? Love you, girl. Hey, if you out there
man.
watching, love you, man. All right, so let's get this show started. So today we're going to talk about different methods or types of methods of cooking. I wasn't on that website at all. Okay, all right. I guess everything's just not working well today. Is this it?
The next one over.
There it is.
Damn.
So look, for you guys that don't know, there are different types of methods of cooking. There's several. There's some that don't make sense. Some that kind of like repetitive, and they're the same thing as the other. But we all have our favorites, and we all have our least favorites. So number one on the list is, I don't know what I even should talk about this one first.
You eat crawfish broils.
So broiling. So what is broiling? Broiling is not a crawfish boil that you're thinking of.
It's a broil, isn't it?
No, it's different.
Is it a boil? Is it a Have
It's
I been saying that wrong my whole life?
I think you have, sir. A crawfish.
And to think I'm
crawfish
going to
boil.
one on Saturday.
Not crawfish broiling.
I thought it was a crawfish broil.
Hold on. I'm sorry, Levi. So you know what? Let's can you read what it says, Levi?
Sure. Broiling is a high heat cooking method in which the food is placed directly under a heat source, in an oven or broiler compartment.
Yes.
In this process, the heat generated from above quickly cooks the surface of the food, creating a crust and flavorful texture. This helps you achieve a caramelized texture outside and a juicy interior, making it a perfect variety of foods.
So
when I was a Boy Scout, and we would dig like a big trench and then put like our potatoes under the trench and then build a campfire on top of that. Is that broiling?
No, I would think that'd just be a campfire. I don't know. That's a good point.
You dig a hole. You put your food in the hole. Then you build your campfire on top of it.
That's a good point.
It's
No,
not,
I would
but
say
I'm just gonna say.
no because the fire is going up, and in boiling, the heat is going down.
Right. I mean, the heat goes down into the ground
Yeah.
too, and that's what cooks your
Well,
food.
maybe so. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe.
I mean, maybe under a technicality it is, but
Yeah.
no. I don't think burying your food with sand and then cooking a campfire on top of it is broiling.
So whenever you eat your baked macaroni and cheese, this is definitely a step that you need to take to get that caramelly or that caramelization or that crust or that kind of like that burnt cheese, I guess, a little bit on your baked macaroni and cheese. And you could do it with like grilled cheese. I used to do grilled cheese, like make a couple grilled cheese sandwiches and stick it in there and put it on broil, and it'll get done in like 5 seconds.
Really?
Yeah, or even like back in the day, us poor folks, we didn't have toasters. So we used to take bread, put butter on it, and put it in the bottom of the oven where the broiler was, and
Even though
juice that joint up.
they're like $5.
We didn't have toasters, bro, man. Look, just saying. Dude, you just all you takes like some sugar or some cinnamon and butter and put it on top of it and put it in the broiler. Oh my God, Grandma, you were awesome.
I know my mom broiled a few things back in the day. I just can't remember what they were. Maybe it was just like a casserole she would make and she'd put it in there to get the topping just right. Like I remember my mom doing that a couple times. I can't say that I've ever used it.
So broiling.
All right.
Try it, but you hold on before we go. You have to be careful with broiling
Yeah.
because if not, it in seconds your food is done. It is burnt
Yeah.
to the crisp. There's only 2 settings: high and like low, and low is high.
Yeah.
So all right. So roasting. Roasting is a dry heat cooking in which you use an oven on high temperatures, typically between 300 to 450 degrees. The steps includes preheating the oven, seasoning the food, placing it on a roasting rack in a roasting pan, or cooking it until desired results. So it's dry heat. You're not adding anything to it. You're just roasting it. What I do with roasting is that I cut up my celery, carrots, or whatever, onions, and I put it up underneath my roasting rack so I could get some of those flavors rise into the meat, whatever I'm cooking. That is.
What's the difference between here and baking?
Baking
Yeah.
is like a dessert. I mean, I don't think you can roast a cake.
But the process is the same, right?
Yeah, it looks like it's the
food in
same.
the oven, and you turn it on high. Maybe baking, you have to do it at lower temperatures. Maybe, I don't know. We'll get there.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so roasting.
You're basically describing just cooking something in the oven.
Yeah, exactly.
That's technically a roast.
So here's the thing. So if you have an electric oven, if you have a choice, not too many of us have a choice. I have an electrical oven, but I don't have a choice. But if I have a choice, throw that crap in the garbage.
Yeah.
They're horrible for cooking, and I'm just gonna stay with that. So if you guys like electrical cooking, in order for a lot of this stuff to work very well, you have to have a convection oven or a true convection oven to circulate the heat. With electrical ovens, the heat is just focused on one area and it's not circulated, so it calls for uneven cooking. So roasting, definitely dry heat. And you can roast duck, you can roast beef, roast beef. Baking.
I got this one. To bake food, surround it with heat from the oven, which is a method worth considering. Baking is a preferable process to preparing food utilizing controlled heat in an oven. Typically, the oven is preheated before baking begins. We also prepare baking dishes and pans. One, mix ingredients well before you put them in the oven, along with ready to batter or raw food. Afterwards, you let it bake until fully cooked. Advice leading to good outcomes to ensure all ingredients are measured precisely, carefully follow recipes, and provide the exact time duration. So I guess with baking, it's like
it's a mixture.
You pre-mix the stuff together, and then you put it in the oven until it's cooked.
Yeah, baking. I don't care if nobody say baking is a science.
It is a science.
And I wasn't really good with mixing things together and putting it in science class. It might make it go boom. If you ever want to see like me at my worst, have me bake a cake.
Yeah,
I'm not. I'm good. I could do like a puff pastry and stuff like that, but like just flat out like homemade cakes and cookies and pies and pastries and stuff like that. Nope, not for me.
So I guess roasting is just like it's at a higher temperature, but also it's not like you're putting meat in the oven with seasonings on it.
Yeah. So if I take a cake and I put some dry rub on the cake, no. So here's the thing: if you take a cake that's already made and you put it in the oven, it's roasting. But if you take a cake batter and put it in the oven to make the cake, it's baking.
That makes sense. That actually does.
Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
I just pulled that out of my butt.
There you go. From the big booty. Direct from the big booty. We might have to edit that out. All right.
So the next one is sauteing. So here, this is one of my favorites. I like sauteing. And the reason why I like sauteing is because you're cooking on extremely high heat really fast. Just to start when you're doing like the protein, was that the Maillard reaction? Is that what it's called? Maillard reaction? Let's see. It says, that's long. Cooking quickly is a, what? Your eyesight is a whole lot better.
sorry.
than
Yeah, cooking
mine
quickly,
is.
sauteing. Cooking quickly is akin to sauteing in a pan, using a small amount of oil over medium-high heat. Ideally, you will need a saute pan, like a Stahl's kitchen flat-bottom fry pans used to work this method. That's my favorite pan to use, actually.
Yes, it is.
This will make it easy to flip over food items. No, I don't flip food items with oil. I will spatula flip that stuff.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
Because I'm thinking like you do the little toss and like oil hits the flames and you got to fire the
Well,
kitchen now.
So a lot of people think it's a toss. It's more of a push and pull method.
Yeah.
So it's,
I will push my spatula under and I will flip it over.
There you go. The spatula
Thus allowing
king.
even heat distribution throughout the frying process. One may use desired ingredients, although those that give the best results, among others, are heating up before cooking. Oh, you've talked about this. You don't put cold food in a hot pan or whatever. Using oils that are popularly known, such as good high temperatures, plus fats, which do not burn too fast. Keeping off moisture, as it may restrict good brown color development, as well as ensure freedom of movement from one another, because bulkiness hinders proper contact with hard.
So don't crowd your pan when you're sauteing.
There you go.
You want that.
Most
You
people
want.
fry vegetables such as carrots, celery, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, tomatoes. So when I pan fry a steak, like I did last night, in my saute pan with a little bit of oil in the pan, did I saute a steak?
Technically,
But
it would be called a pan. It actually is called a sear. It's called pan searing.
Yeah, or pan frying as well.
Because you're using. I guess you're using a protein.
Yeah, but so like I took my saute pan and I put like butter in it, and then I put my my spices. I put my rub on my thing, and then I tossed my steak in there, let it sear on one side, flip it, let it sear on the other side, turn the heat down, put a lid on top, let it finish cooking, and then eat it.
So I got a question. Oh well, I was going to ask you, did you butter, baste, and brine your meat?
I did not butter, baste, or brine it because it wasn't
The
a
triple
turkey.
B's.
The triple B's.
Butter, baste, and brine, baby.
Yeah. So that's cool. So when
Big
you're
Sexy just
so,
asked how
so when
did it go?
So when they talk about like sauteing vegetables and stuff, this is what they're talking about. A little bit of oil in the pan, put your vegetables in it, and cook it that way.
Get Levi. So shout out. Hold on. Let me see if I can get this. Hold. So what I want to talk about this, and I want to work on getting Big Sexy on the phone. So me and Chris, we had an argument about roux, but we're gonna talk about that here in a minute. So yes, so you didn't butter, you didn't baste, and you didn't brine your steak. All right.
Well, you don't usually butter a steak. I only put butter in the pan so it wouldn't stick to my pan.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Right. I mean, what would you have put in there? My kitchen's naked. I just moved into the apartment, so I'm limited materials here, right? I had butter, I had pepper, I had salt, I had a dry rub, and the steaks were on sale, right? So I got like 4 steaks for I think like $25 or something like that.
Oh,
it was not a bad deal, and these are big steaks. They're like a pound each.
Yeah.
Right. So I had one the other night with some green beans, and then I had one last night with some green beans. And then I have one left in my fridge.
$25 for a steak?
No, for the pack of steaks.
For a pack, that's pretty. I mean, for a pack of steak, that's.
Yeah, there were 4 in there.
That's really good.
Yeah, there were 4 in there.
So next time you cook your steak, take you some some butter, throw it in the pan with your steak.
That's what I did.
So you did baste it.
Okay, I thought basting was like you put the ladle and you kept reapplying it after it's already in the pan.
Yeah. So when technically, you're getting the spoon and you're just throwing the hot liquid on top of the meat. That's basting.
Okay. You're confusing me.
Oh, whatever. All right. So
I just threw butter in the pan. The butter got hot. Threw the steak in the pan.
Let's see if we can get Big Sexy on the phone.
It was a good steak. I cooked it pretty good. The second time I cooked it, it was good. Yeah.
There it is. There it is.
What's up, brother?
Yo, what's going on, man? Hey, just to let you know, fool, you are live on Inside the Lunchbox.
Oh, yeah.
The Big Sexy style. Hey, you couldn't be here in person, but he's here, y'all. We got Big Sexy
He's here in
on
spirit.
the freaking phone. What's going on, bro?
I have to go to work because Chris doesn't pay very much, so I have to go earn some money.
Hey, man, look, man, you got to butter my biscuit, bro. You gotta.
Hey, I have to go make some money. You know what I'm saying? I was working at the truck stop today, so.
Hey, nothing wrong with that, bro. You gotta do what you gotta do. So we're up here talking about different methods of cooking, and I hope you got your phone playing through your car stereo, and I hope he's not on your ears while you're driving. We got to practice safety.
No.
here.
I'm in my office somewhere.
Oh, okay. So we're talking about right now. We're talking about like boiling, and we're getting ready.
talking about
We're getting ready
sauteing.
to boiling. But you texted me. You're talking about a roux. So me and Chris had an argument. Me and Chris had an argument about a roux yesterday. And I want to say, you know what? I want to be a man, and I want to say, you know what, Chris, you're right. Big Sexy, you're right.
I know.
I haven't heard that in forever.
I firmly believe.
I'm glad this is recorded.
We're gonna edit that part out.
But I do firmly believe it's a different method in cooking. Yes, you use flour and yes, you use butter. So if you want to say it's a roux, it's a roux.
What's a roux?
I'll let the Cajun guy on the phone line tell you what a roux
Big
is.
Sexy, what's a roux?
Yeah. I don't know what the definition of a roux is. It's a base for most of Louisiana cooking or French, really a French-based cooking, but
That's
it's
like
the
for
base
gumbo.
of a gumbo, really. But yeah,
So we had an argument.
but we got an argument over etouffees. If etouffees are a roux,
I said etouffee is not a roux.
but
So
they do use the roux as a thickening agent. I don't know. We ain't gonna argue. We can probably get into this for another 2 hours. And we argued about that for 2 hours.
hey, then we asked. I was starting to ask another guy who was a cook. He said he's a chef, but I think he's more of a cook. And Chris, Big Sexy was like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm out. I'm done. I'm gone. Don't ask him nothing. And you know what?
That guy's Alan or whatever his name is. He'll talk forever.
Oh, dude! Like I had him going for like after you left, I had him going for like 30 minutes, bro. Like just naming different stuff. He didn't know what it was, but I mean, I don't think he
makes continental breakfast at the Hyatt. You know what I'm saying?
I hope he's not watching this, but oh well. Hey, everybody gets it on Inside Lunchbox. I'm just saying, nobody is safe.
Chris and I have had like knockdown, drag out fights
it's
on
true.
this podcast.
It's true. Like
straight up yelling at each other.
We were getting pretty heated last night.
Yeah. Chris will get heated.
Alcohol,
Chris will get heated
shots.
over the dumbest things too. And I'm like, bro, it's not that deep. And he's like yelling at me about it.
We had a couple shots of Jameson in us. It was getting wild last night. We should have been recording last night. That would have been a great podcast.
Oh, dude, it'll have been great.
We were about to take our shirts off and wrestle in some room.
Hey, we could do that. Yeah, we definitely had some arguments like freaking mint chocolate ice cream. Was it mint ice cream, root beer float, whatever?
So,
that's horrible.
So you know, like the 7B brew coffee right over here.
Don't tell me they have it.
They don't have it.
Thank God.
So you know what I have to do instead? I have to get them to mix peppermint ice cream with deep chocolate fudge ice cream, and they mix it together in my milkshakes, and that's the only way I can have it.
That sounds so horrible.
It's the greatest.
That sounds horrible. But anyway,
there's a place that makes specialty shakes. I don't know. I need to name it.
Right. And like this, like when you leave Chris's house and you turn left on.
Hey, hold on, man!
Right
don't be
there.
disclosing my location, man. I got women out here looking for me.
He owes people money.
They be knocking on my door like
you're gonna have the Rue ferry over there beating you up.
I know, right?
I went to the Rue ferry over there.
Yeah, it's the 7 Brew Coffee Shop here in Conroe. It's great.
Yeah, that place. If you're here in Conroe, definitely check out.
You know where else makes specialty milkshakes?
Oh God,
Burger Fresh.
Burger Fresh. I got one over here in Willis.
Yeah, hey, Burger Fresh.
Because believe it or not, you don't have to get a root beer float with just vanilla ice cream. You can get any of the 31 flavors of ice cream in your root beer float.
Oh my God! Hey, yeah, I could tell you right now.
I thought Baskin Robbins was 50 something.
Well, they have like I don't know if it's 31. But they have like 17 or some different ice cream flavors.
Nobody eats chocolate mint ice. But anyway,
everybody eats chocolate mint ice cream.
I'm just trying now.
So Big Sexy, man,
Let me know how you think about it.
You had a busy weekend, man. You was at the Crawfish Critic thing. I just want to know, man, how was the turnout there?
It was insanely packed. It's probably the biggest. I never got. Waldo hasn't posted on Facebook. I'm curious about the turnout. I'd have to say that thing had probably one of the biggest cook-offs in the state of Texas. I'd have to say.
That's what's up, man. Shout out to Chris.
5,000 people there.
Shout out to Christian, right? The crawfish critic. Shout out to you, homie. Doing big things here in Montgomery County. We do appreciate it. So next year, this is what I forecast next year. I want to see Big Sexy, crawfish critic.
Oh yeah.
Next year, your own booth,
I want
your
to
own
go win
tent,
it.
and I want you to go there, and I want you to take all that
It's going to
SHIT
be weak
home.
because I'm going to make you next year. I'm going to make you make the best roux for the SFA that you've ever made.
Fair enough. Hey, I can make a mean gumbo. Now I know how to make a roux. I can make a mean gumbo. I probably won't bear the beat
or I'm
you, but
calling that guy from the Hyatt outlet or whatever.
Oh
I'm gonna
God,
have him cook.
dude, he. You know what? I'm not. He didn't. All right. You know what? That guy from the Hyatt. I love you, bro. Doing great things.
No, he's very nice. If he's listening,
And we're
I
out
play
of
poker
time.
with him. I'm taking on him, but I love that guy.
You know what?
I don't want to get rid of one of our 3 listeners. You know what I'm saying? I don't want him to run away.
Damn, we have at least 7.
Hey, look. At one point, I thought about like this low key. I was like, I'm gonna see if he want to come on a podcast. And the night that I thought about that, he talked for 45 minutes straight, and nobody got a word in. I was like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna even get a word
You
in.
think I talked a lot? You might get footage of me beating them up by the end of the podcast.
Oh man.
Our 3 listeners.
So all
No,
right.
but that crawfish critic was the biggest in the state of Texas, I think. Man, I guarantee there's 5,000 people there. I think there was 37 cook teams. They went through 20,000 pounds of crawfish.
Oh wow, 20,000 pounds.
and 20,000 pounds in 7 hours.
Holy wow.
Now I know the world record is like about 130,000 pounds in like 7 or 8 hours, and Waldo wants to get to that. But I know this was like a test thing. So now, since the fairgrounds wouldn't let him into the fairgrounds, they wanted to see how big it was going to be. Now that they know how big it is, I think he had a meeting with the fairgrounds. We get to go inside next year. We're going to be in the pavilion, so it'll be a lot better.
Okay.
It was hot, and we were under tents. But this year, coming up year, you did the barbecue cook-off where they do the regular barbecue cook-off.
Yeah.
Next year, they're going to get that area and the pavilion and all that. So it's going to be a lot better.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna definitely have to meet up with him, link up with him. I was supposed to do it this year, but I got work kind of got busy and crazy and hectic.
Yeah.
But like I said, man, this year is definitely a great year for Inside Lunchbox and the Big Sexy brand. We're pushing things out this year, people. So if you're out there listening, definitely stay watch for my boy Big Sexy coming around the corner with his midget.
We're gonna make plans. We got plans. I'm making plans. I was just texting a lady about the artwork for the brand today.
Oh,
I have plans, but the haters will stop me. I have plans, but the haters will stop me.
Man, the haters are already coming out. That's what I love.
That's what I'm saying.
Dude, your haters are your biggest fans. Look.
Oh, yeah.
Your haters would do something like 50 Cent did. Buy out all your tickets just so nobody won't show up. But at the end of the day, you bought all my tickets.
It's still a sold out show.
It's still a sold out show, so I'm good.
Still money in my pocket.
Still put money in my pocket. I ain't even tripping. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, thank you guys for all the haters out there that hated on Levi, that hated on me, that hated on Big Sexy. Appreciate your love.
And if Levi has haters, I want to meet this person.
I was about to say, do I have haters?
Levi's such a nice guy.
Yeah.
Oh, hey,
I appreciate
who would
that.
hate on Levi?
I mean,
He's the
I have hated on Levi, him and his mint
My
chocolate ice
biggest
cream.
hater is my podcast co-host.
Yeah,
That
look,
man hates on everything.
No.
He's disgruntled.
Don't forget the
I'm
goat.
disgruntled.
Don't forget that goat. I know that goat don't like you from last week or 2 weeks ago.
The who?
Don't forget.
No.
That
Well,
goat.
remember,
The goat.
yeah,
the
the
goat.
goats I had to wrangle for my ranch job that I worked in.
Yeah. But
We're
all
gonna
right.
boil. We're gonna boil that goat.
So
I got a call from my mom.
Okay, go ahead, Brandon.
She listened to our podcast a couple weeks ago, and I have a correction to be. I don't know what it's called, like when you send out a correction, like in a newspaper or whatever. What is it called? A redraft or something like that.
A reprieve.
Reprieve.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Reprieve, right? That's not what it's called?
Whenever we were talking about goats last week, whenever I was talking about my childhood, we didn't raise goats, we raised sheep. There's a difference. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
A retract. You have to reprint a retraction. My mom called me and said we didn't have goats. They were sheep. I guess there's a difference. So
Oh.
I told him I promised my mom I'd print a retraction.
Okay.
Oh,
Because they're
okay.
probably our biggest fans right now.
Hey, Mom, how you doing? If
She'll listen to it later. She can't listen to it live because they refuse to have Facebook because they think the government's looking at them.
He just Googled what a reprieve was.
I thought it was a reprieve. Look, Mom, if you go
A
outside,
reprieve is like when you're on death row, bro.
Yeah. Big Sexy knows.
no, but here's the thing. Like, I've heard people like in writing. Like when I was in English class, they'll say, "Hey, do you want this? Do that?" You can ask for a reprieve, like in your assignment.
Right. So, like, if your assignment is due and you're not ready for it, you get a reprieve. It's an extension or whatever. Same thing with death row.
Yeah, an extension,
like if they're scheduled to
Oh,
be
shit.
executed
Okay,
on a
alright.
certain date, and the governor can give them a reprieve to like make a retrial.
Hey man,
or something.
look, I just know about food. I don't know about man. That's why I didn't pass English, man.
That's why I didn't pass
They
English
wanted me to
either.
take a foreign language, and I couldn't even get English down right. So
For real.
straight up. So next topic, real quick, big sex is smoking, bro.
Yeah.
Smoking. What
Like
is your
smoking cigarettes? And
No.
smoking
No.
good
We're
stuff or smoking-
this is cooking styles. Like when you smoke.
You gotta be
Like smoking
detailed
meat.
with it.
smoking meat, smoking that meat, smoking that meat.
Oh, smoking that meat.
Hey, you need to get a
Oh,
shirt, Big Sexy, smoking that meat.
Smoke my meat. How about that?
Hey, so I think smoking, like when you're smoking meat or whatever, it's I want to say it's kind of like barbecuing. Like I guess it's a part of barbecuing, and I want to say that barbecuing and smoking is the hardest technique to master in all of cooking.
Yes, it's a hard work, man, and it takes patience.
It's patience, and it's so freaking hard to do.
Takes a long time.
You got
That's
to
for
put
sure.
in the long. You got to be ready for the long game over there when you smoking meat.
Yeah, smoke that. That's what I'm. Man, I was just thought of something.
No,
but
I know it takes 12 hours to smoke something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yo, dirty.
Hey, I'm just saying, like
What do
any
you mean,
like
oh?
the barbecue critics out there, and the barbecue people that compete in barbecuing every year, cook off. My hat goes off to you guys.
It's an art.
It's definitely
That's
an
what
art.
I would say was an art, because I've yet to meet two people who barbecue the same way. I've yet to meet two people who smoke the same way. It's an art. It's not. So like you were talking about baking's a science. Baking's a science. You measure, you put it all in, you mix it together. And that's not saying it's easy, but like there's an exact science to baking. There's not an exact science to barbecuing or smoking, because it's so different. You're talking like an open fire. That's not going to cook evenly, right? Your wood chips aren't going to smoke the same way as a different pack of wood chips, right?
Yep.
So there's just I classify it as an art.
I agree. I agree with you 100%.
But it's also with smoking, like you were saying with baking, you can follow a recipe and I can make the same cake you make. But in smoking, it's so much about feeling. You know what I'm saying? About that's where your emotions and your heart goes. And in smoking, that's why there's so many different flavors, because it's about the person. You know what I'm saying? You can't give somebody a recipe to smoke a brisket. You can give them the bases,
Yeah.
but they're gonna have
Facts.
to put their own self into it. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
facts,
saying?
and it's going to take a lot of
Big
practice,
facts. Big
Just
facts in
like
chat.
that chicken. Just like that chicken from 3 weeks ago.
bro. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
I've never seen a guy devour half a chicken as fast as Big Sexy did. This guy, this guy was sucking on the bone, eating the skin, dude. He was.
man can smoke a chicken, bro.
That shout out to Teddy, bro. Teddy VFW, one of my buddies.
Teddy can smoke a chicken.
Teddy
man.
Glass. Hey man, you're freaking man. That chicken was good. Hey, I
I
can't
know
say.
Chris has the footage of it. Did you ever
Yeah.
post it or anything?
No. I want to do it.
Yeah.
I want to say it so bad here on the show, but I'm gonna tell you right now. I'll tell you, maybe you could pick it up. This is the first time I feel like I got out. Beep.
Out black.
Yeah,
Black
there you go.
man syndrome
I got out blacked
Out
at the
southern.
chicken because bro,
Out southern.
the way he was gnawing on that chicken, bro.
Oh, man.
The chicken the ancestors of that chicken felt that.
The ancestors felt
Hey, I'm just gonna
that.
let you know, I love that chicken so much. That chicken was so good. I broke up with a chick over that chicken.
Oh, hey, you know what? though?
I left the chick for that chicken. I'm not even lying. I left a good-looking chick for that chicken. She got a big booty, blonde hair, and I left her for that chicken. And Chris, I told her go to Galveston. I'm eating chicken.
He said right there.
And she was like, "She left me."
Dude, look,
And
hold on,
blocked me
Levi.
on Facebook, but I would do it all over again for that chicken.
To put it in perspective,
I swear to God.
I was the judge,
Right.
right? He wasn't the judge, but how did he get at the judging table and eat all the chicken after? Like it was a whole chicken there ready to be judged, and it couldn't be judged because he ate it. I mean, we had the other piece from the other one. People were taking pieces of it, but he sat down to open it up. It was a whole half chicken. A whole half chicken. That's weird. A half a chicken.
Well, they were done.
They were done judging, but
They
he
left the
sat
whole
down
chicken up there.
and he killed that chicken. He killed it. I'm talking about killed it. Like he took that shit back to Africa, like straight up.
Hey, I even went over there to them guys cooking. I was like, I got cash. How many chickens you got left on that?
I don't know what
I tried to buy them.
I don't know what he did with that chicken, man. It was juicy. It was flavorful. It was
But
seasoned
seriously,
to
they need to
perfection.
rename that chicken. Break up with a chicken because I left the girl for that chicken. I ain't going no. I told that girl I ain't going nowhere but with this chicken.
That chicken.
That thing was so juicy.
That was probably the best chicken I've had. Like on the grill like that. I would say that's in the top 5. And the only reason I say it's a top 5 is because I don't remember 20 years ago. But as of right now, from my memory, that's the best chicken I've had. And that shit was.
There's like a.
And this was
there's
at
an
the
art
VFW cook-off this past weekend?
No, it was about 2 weekends ago. It was at
weekends ago?
Kickstands. Jen hosted a barbecue cook-off at Kickstands.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, and that's when me and you were. That's when the last episode, me and Big Sexy, we did the recording there.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
that's right, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so but yeah, man, look, we're got about 2 more minutes before we head up out of here. Do you have it since you're here and you're on the phone, Big Sexy? You know I got to hit you up with it.
Oh, so Big Sexy. See, before we do that, I know we barely covered what smoking is. Can you quickly describe what a smoker is and how it actually cooks the food? What's different than, say, a grill or a barbecue or an oven?
Good question.
Well, I feel like when I smoke meat, it's induction heat, right? So your heat source is away from the meat. You're trying to keep a lower temperature, but you're cooking mostly with smoke. So low and slow induction. That's why I brought up that chicken because that's what I call artwork. That's why however you smoke that chicken and kept that juiciness, chicken will dry out when you smoke it. I don't know how he did it, but man, that dude is a Greek god to me, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I almost went and washed all the dishes for him. You know,
hold on. Let me see. Let me see if I could bring it up for.
But that is the art of smoking, right there, where you can smoke a piece of meat and you get all the flavor in there, but you keep all the juices. And I don't know how he did it because I've smoked briskets, chickens, pork butts, ribs, and you always have a problem between losing a little juice because of the amount of time you're smoking the meat.
Right.
That's where the artwork comes in with practice. That's all about experience. You have to start smoking with your dad when you're a little kid. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's what's so fun about barbecue cook-offs and smoking meat. It's something passed on to you from, like, I watched my grandpa do it from Czechoslovakia. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I watched my dads and them do it. We never did cook-offs, but them guys could smoke some meat. But, man, this guy here, this chicken was just all the smoky flavor without losing the juice. I don't know how he did it. I would love to watch him one day. Chris knows him, but man, in all the world, I grew up in the country. That was the best smoked chicken I've ever eaten in my life.
Yeah,
Grandpa don't be mad at me, but like,
that was good. That was good. I'm gonna see if I could do a little clip on here before we go.
It was a great seasoning on it.
Yeah.
We couldn't figure out what the heck he put on it, but that smoked flavor was on point, man.
So I'm
and
happy.
he wins like third place in the cook-off. So I'm on a mission to meet first and second. If first and second is out there and they want to throw me some chicken, man, I would love to taste some of their first and second place if he won third.
So you're gonna hear the audio, but you won't be able to see the video.
Yo, what's up with that chicken, Big Sexy? I feel like I just showed up in the park.
We need to post that video one time.
Barbecue pit. Look, Big Sexy ate the whole half of chicken, but this is supposed to be for.
But yeah, Teddy, well, I don't know his last name, but that guy, in my book,
I don't know any judges.
Oh my God.
yeah, well, everybody that's listening right now, just be on the lookout for the great Big Sexy chicken eating mystery.
That needs to go on our TikTok.
Do not let Big Sexy around any restrictions.
I'll post it tonight.
Because I will scarf them down.
Yeah. But basically, smoking is smoke. When a fire creates smoke, the smoke is hotter than the air around it, right? That's why when I went through like firefighting in the Navy, we had to be careful about smoke inhalation. Number one, it'll kill you, but also it can burn and sear the inside of your lungs, and then you die.
I did not know that.
Because smoke is hot. It's hotter than the air around it, and that's how smoking actually cooks the meat. Is that the smoke itself is carrying the heat up into the meat, but it's a slower process than say like an open flame or like an oven or something like that, because you're not making a big fire that makes a lot of heat.
So I guess okay. I'm gonna add 2 more minutes to this. I just want
the smoke carries the heat, so like it's almost like the beginning of an air fire.
I want to blow your mind right now, Levi. There is such thing as cold smoking.
Yeah, I know.
Yes,
but usually that's how smoking works.
Okay. No, I just want to know. Do you know? Are you familiar with cold smoking?
I'm not off the top of my head, but I've heard of it.
It's the same thing. So with that being said,
that's more for seafood, right?
You could do seafood.
Like fish,
you could do. When we did it in culinary school, we did scallops, we did fish, and we also did sausages as well. Cold smoking, but yeah, a lot of people do it for seafood. But one thing I could tell you is that you get more smoke flavor in cold smoking than you do regular smoke.
Yeah. Because smoke is also like the particles and stuff in the air as well. Yeah. So like if the smoke is moved far enough away from the fire, it will be cooler.
Yeah. All right, well, Big Sexy, that I feel like I got out black today with the chicken.
What was the question I interrupted though?
What was the question? What question? I had a question.
You had a question for Big Sexy. You're like Big Sexy.
Big Sexy.
The Big Sexy knowledge.
Yeah, the Big Sexy.
Yeah, what's your love quote?
The Big Sexy relationship quote of the day.
I put it on Facebook the other day. I was gonna.
Let's see it.
A friend of mine told me.
Let's see it.
I put it on my Big Sexy page the other day, but there's a big difference between being used and being misused. So don't ever misconstrue somebody like if your woman is she's using you. Because there's a big difference between being used and misused. Like I used that chicken.
So
I really misused.
Did you just quote the cranberries? Some of them want to use you. Some of them want to misuse you.
Y'all plagiarizing. Way to go, God dog! And I told you about the fact checker. We got to talk to the fact checker. You got to make people think I'm original,
some
man.
Of them want to use you.
Hold on. That original. Hold on. We need.
Oh man, Big Sexy got shot. You know what? I got to put more thought into it. I forgot we got the fact check on thing. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Hey, that makes for a good show, man. But
I thought it went far enough back that nobody would remember. Man, you know?
Oh man, I love the cranberries. I jam them. They're on my favorite playlist.
Dude, I showed Big Sexy. Do you remember the Trunk Monkeys? Oh, you don't remember the Trunk Monkeys? I got to show you the Trunk Monkeys at the end of the show. But hey, look, Big Sexy, that we're out of time today, man. I'm glad you. No, you good, bro. I'm glad you decided to come on the phone and chop it up with us.
Bigger holler at me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm glad you came in and chopped it up with us, bro. Like, I wish you was here, but this is only part 1 of the cooking methods. We still got part 2, which is going to be recorded in 2 weeks.
All right.
We still got to hit boiling, stew in. We got to hit microwave in. We got to hit. There's a lot we got to hit.
Is there a stew? Is there anything for roux and gumbo?
Here we go with this.
What is this? Are you trying to say like a gumbo is a stew?
No, so
we're gonna go to war over this roux.
So
oh, the roux stuff.
All right.
I feel like both of you guys are messing with me right now because I don't think that's a real thing.
No,
Nah,
okay,
we went
real quick.
went to arm wrestling.
To make a gumbo, you got to start off with a roux, and what a roux is a flour and a fat, whether it's butter or oil, right? And what you do, you brown it to get to a certain consistency to bring
flavor?
to bring out the consistency of the thickness of your gumbo, and also it brings out flavor, right?
So you're talking about a gravy?
No, it's not a.
We
It's
can
not,
do a
it's
whole
not,
episode.
it's not a great because it doesn't have a beef or chicken stocking.
Oh, okay.
Right now, etouffee has stocking. That's why I said it's not a roux, but Big Sexy said it's roux. Big Sexy says roux.
Where's our outro music? We gotta.
So look, hey, I want to thank you for coming in, bro. Thank you for being
We'll
on the
talk
phone.
about it in an hour at the bar when I'm like,
Hey, I'm gonna get dressed real quick, and I'm gonna probably go have me a beer.
Show Levi to do some research.
All right, man. Look, hey, shout out to Big Sexy.
Mr. Cranberries over here.
If you're listening to the show, make sure you go onto his Facebook. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share all his material. You know, hey, I know. Look, the people in Conroe, y'all know who me and Big Sexy is. Y'all definitely know who Big Sexy is. He's been around a whole lot long. There is no reason why he shouldn't have at least 5,000 followers right now. Just saying. So if you're his friend,
I know, and I'm so pretty too.
and if you're his friend on his personal page, if you're not liking his professional page, you're wrong. And if you're friends, if you're on my Facebook, and I got like 2,000 followers on my personal, you need to be liking and subscribing inside Lunchbox. And
no
Levi,
more free shots for anybody.
look, Leviticus, Rex, Infamous, the Lord, the King, the man, the woman's man, Mr. Levi.
Man.
Go to his TikTok, like and subscribe on his page. It's called Leviticus Rex.
Oh,
check
my
it out.
God.
Hey, love you, Big Sexy. I see you when I see
All right,
you.
y'all be good.
Hey, you have a good day, bro.
All right, bro.
Hey, I want to see real quick, since he's not on the phone. We're still live. Let me see if I can do this. This is hilarious. Hold on. Yeah, you got 5 minutes? Can we do 5 minutes?
Now that he's gone, we can talk trash about him behind his back.
Let's see if I can get this video on here real quick. It might not. If it goes out, people, I'm sorry. But
I'm going to end the recording, though.
yeah, in